Hiya again. It's your essential Shelley, and this is Comfortably Blind. Comfortably Blind. Yeah, that's it. That's the ticket. Anyway, essential because, you know, I'm still going to work every day, even though. Anywho, so in my social distancing, the wife and I were up in Preston, Idaho. We like to, just the two of us, take drives and get away, and we was actually up in Blackfoot, Idaho, looking for a sewing machine, and decided to take the back way home. We come across this little place called King's. King's used to be like kind of like a five and dime, just odd little stuff, but this King's was a thrift store, and I walked in and stumbled across this and two other cameras, and the first thing I thought is, my wife's gonna kill me. I'm still here. Anyway, so what I did find is, this is one of the cameras, and they were all $10 each. So I figured, it's a good investment, I suppose. What I did find, and I didn't screw this back in because it's kind of a pain, is it's an Ansco Speedex Special R, made in Germany. It's a 120 camera, which is a nice change of pace, especially for an Ansco, instead of having to grind away at 620 cartridges to get it to fit, or the 120 cartridges to get it to fit the 620 cameras. This is actually a 120 camera, and as you can kind of see, it's really clean inside. As you can kind of see, the ooh, that's all red stuff. Anyway, it's a bellows camera. So now I'm going to do this once, and it's kind of scary. But this is your shutter button, this is your advance button, or advance wheel, and this opens it. And I'll do this once. It scares the crap out of me because I think it's going to break. It's an almost 70-year-old camera. Yeah, see, I don't like that. But anyway, so it's got this Ansco or Agfa-Ansco lens on it, which is an incredible, I mean, just all kinds of good reviews. It's a Poder 4.5 85. Anyway, you can see that's clear too. The rest of the camera's not as nice as the lens and the body. Yeah, so you've got, the nice thing about this is you can go up to, let's see if we can get it to focus, you can go up to 300ths of a second, which, as you remember, my other bellows cameras were 200 was the highest you could go, and then this will go down to 1 and then bulb. And let's take it up to 50. And what you have to do is you cock it, and then you've got this little thing right here, is usually red, and this, about the only interlocking thing this has is its ability to not let you take double exposure. And I'll show you in just a second. So now here's your shutter release, and you've got this little lever down here. Yeah, let's go right here. A little lever down here that hooks onto, that pushes on that little, see if we can get it to move at all. Not really, but let's see if we can get them both in. See, boop. And so now you've got that little red dot up there. So then you cock it again, boop. And then when you rotate the knob a little, when the red goes away, it'll fire again. Pretty cool, huh? You also have a for a flash here. Also, you have your selector for your aperture here, and I am not sure what these mean. I know the V. If you flip it to V, down to V, then it's a timer, but the timer, I'm sure, doesn't work. So I usually set it as, just leave it on M, because then it flashes. Now, in the 50 years that this was alive, a couple of sad things have happened. It's like I say, it's a non-interlocking camera, and it's a rangefinder, and what you're supposed to do is match. Let's see if we can actually see. Maybe if I was, should be a green dot in there. And what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to rotate this here until everything lines up, and then that'll tell you how far away it is, and then you come out here and you rotate your lens to focus. Also, what you also have is, if you look around this ring here, back it out just a little. Probably have a bigger screen than I do. You got 22, 22. So if you've got your aperture set at 22, you have this big wide range of focus from here to here. And then when you get down to like 4.5, then the 4.5 there at the top, right next to the diamond. Let's see if we can kill some. There we go. The range, your focus range, narrows considerably. This thing's jammed, but then again, I'm used to shooting my Vigilant, and I picked the Viking that I picked up the other day, which you just, oh, that looks like I'm 15 feet away. Okay. And I'm used to that anyway. So, but at least you can look through it, and it will, kind of give you some idea. And then you can also push up here instead of having to reach up to the lens or what have you. To fold this up, you push on these pivots here, and if you see that down inside there, that's a spring. That's what flops this thing open, and there's one on each side. That's why it kind of does it violently, and then it snaps inside. And I'm not going to do that again because I don't want to break this camera. It's older than most all you people. Anyway, and sadly, in its life, the bellows have aged sadly. I've been kind of touching up holes that I find with liquid electric tape. I'm kind of losing the battle. I had an ad the other day on a replacement bellows for $15. Just had to give them, this diameter, and your length, and whether it's square or not, and this is, and then for $15. But I don't know if I want to tear this thing apart. Maybe while I've got it apart, I'll fix this part. And then this over here just kind of gives you another another focusing range. It does exactly nothing. And there's your button, and it has a little screw in it, so you can put a little remote on there. So what I think I'm going to do, being that this is not quite light proof, is probably just kind of lay a rag over the top, or a bandana or something over the top to keep the most of the sun out. I think there might be a little bit up here, and then maybe another one over here, light leak, but we'll see. I'm definitely going to go shoot this, and in fact, then you've got your little red window back here, and in fact, we're going to load it right now. Close that. Let's open, and you open it with this little thing here. Then you kind of have to pry, because you've got a ledge here, kind of have to pry it open. And also, there's your mount. for your tripod. Now on this one, to get this out, you can rotate and pull out on the winder knob. And then your spool comes out. This end, it rotates out like that. Rotates out like that. I've never seen, until now, a metal 120 spool. They've always been plastic, but this one is metal. So cool. So we'll go into our handy dandy little storage case that I had a friend make for me, 3D print for me. We'll go in and grab a roll of Ilford Delta 100. I wish, you know, if Ilford's listening and they want to sponsor, you know, it's good stuff. I really like the 100. There's also that new 80 Pan 80 that, you know, you could just, anyway, enough pandering. There's enough pandering in this world, right? So we're gonna load this bad boy, and it's got this really cool little hinge, here, so you can get the roll in. So we flop the hinge over. We flop the hinge over like that. Put it in. This thing. It fits so much nicer than trying to modify a 620 roll and get it to fit the damn camera. Oh, look at that. Look how easily that rolls. So we will take you've got long slot, short slot. So we will slide this in here, or not. Roll it up a couple of times just to hold it, pull it over, slide it onto the little knob, and then we will see if we can get the dogs in there to grab it or something. There it goes, falls right in. See, now we're grasped. Now it's got a hold of it. Nice. So we'll close it. We will open our back window and we will screw around for a minute until we have something come up. Should have our black bar here. There's our black bar. Here's our black bar. Let's see here. This is kind of a nice red window. And rotating. I think this is a 6x6 camera, so I should get like 12 or 14. Hey, there's an arrow. There's another arrow. So I should probably get 12 or 16 shots out of it. There's bubbles, and there's one. Well, that was easy. There's one. So now this thing should be ready to shoot, ready to rock and roll. And we're not going to rock and roll yet because we're in here. But anywho, besides, I need to get something to throw over the top. Maybe I'll sew something with that sewing machine I went up to Blackfoot, Idaho for. Anyway, so I'm kind of falling in love with medium format. Usually shoot 35mm, but I'm falling in love with medium format. I've got some pictures back from you remember the Vigilant? I got some pictures back from that. And I've got a roll for the Ansco Viking that we discussed. They're out being developed now, and no, I don't have a darkroom yet. But anyway, that's enough for me. This video is way long already, but it's shorter than most. Anyway, it's way long already, so I will leave you with